So, another edition of Mustang Podcast, and I'm very excited because I don't know if you remember, but first time he came to Indonesia, I was one of the first people to interview him here. This is Alan Walker, folks. How are you?
Nice, awesome. Hello.
So, I was curious because I felt like 5 years ago, the first time you came to Jakarta, you were a completely different person, right? So, I had to show you this one.
Yeah, the old mask and the hoodie and everything. Nice.
Nice, right? So, I remember we talked about completely different things, and you just started your journey. And, you know, I have practically watched you grow as an artist within the last 5 years. What do you think has grown the most about yourself, or your favorite milestones that you've achieved in the last 5 years? And we know you've been super busy in the last 5 years.
Oh, that's a good question. My favorite milestones is probably like kind of like also like this growing in the live music scene. So growing as a DJ, growing more confidence in myself, and because it's so important with the confidence part, because back then I was like really nervous. I was like, because it was a big world to kind of like embrace at a very young age, and as time has gone on, then you get more used to it, you get the hang of how things work and everything. So but it's been really exciting, because remember recalling back to when I was in Indonesia for the first time, things has changed so much since that very first time there, and I didn't really have much singles and everything. So seeing the music grow and thinking about it and thinking how many performances I've most likely done since that time, it's hundreds.
Yes, hundreds for sure. And you've been back to Indonesia a few times since then, but now we're in a completely different state. How much do you miss traveling though? Because as a DJ, you know, like yourself, Martin Garrix, you guys have like a full annual schedule. Like, how much do you miss being able to travel and, you know, doing your live sessions again? Because I know as a DJ, it's extremely important to have that connection.
Yes, 100%. And I can't even state like how much I miss traveling, because you miss it kind of like until you travel again. In terms of lifestyle, that's because I think more and more DJs have had the time to kind of like sit down and think that, oh wow, like that lifestyle is also kind of like really tough, and it honestly is. But I'm really excited to kind of like get back on the road, perform again, because this kind of like break has been way too long.
Way too long, no kidding. I think it's been officially a year now, because March was the time of the year last year where the world was declared we are experiencing a global pandemic. So I'm actually really excited, because you have started releasing things, but I'm actually really excited to find out the things that you have been able to create during this time. But before that, I want to congratulate you on your debut album. It took you some time, but you know, you put all of your best songs in it. And then afterwards, you released, and in 2021, you straight away did, you know, Sorry and Fake a Smile, which shows a lot of depth in your production. Did you gain a fresh perspective over the past year? Because I feel like, as again, I follow you through your entire journey, and your sound is more mature, it's a lot, you know, it has a lot more weight than it did before. So what do you think now as a DJ, what do you think Fake a Smile means to you, and was there a different process you did now compared to the beginning that you did before?
Well, I would say like the process is normally always the same, but Fake a Smile, I got the top line and did the production, and then got Salem released on the song, and the Sorry was just an instrumental song that I did for fun, and then we got Isak alongside with us on the track, and it turned out pretty cool. But Fake a Smile is mainly just about like someone being there to help you, kind of like put you out from a dark spot, help you, like lifting you up. And I feel like that's something each and every person kind of like does have. Like everyone has that one person that kind of like helps you to take you out from like a kind of like a dark spot in your life, a dark time, or so that's kind of like the focus and the wish to kind of like portray in a song.
Nicely done. But so Salem at least became really viral on TikTok in the last couple of months. When you started working with her, did you know that she was going to become this big thing? Matt at Disney was going to become this big thing. So when you released your song, it was like the perfect momentum for the song to rise up.
Yeah, I would say so.
So how long did it actually take for you to finish all this?
Well, we have actually like never really met, so it's been quite a I don't know, very kind of like a typical like internet work together relationship, I would say, in terms of the music production and working together. So it's been fairly interesting and also fun because it's been done throughout the pandemic, and where she has been going to like a recording studio to record the vocals, and then we've had input on how she should sing or do certain things. So overall, it's been a fun experience, and it just shows that regardless of the pandemic, you can still like work with anyone around the world.
Yeah, and that is for sure true. So you said the song is about that special one person who would help you lift yourself up, right? Who would help you get out of dark times. But when do we human beings usually have to fake a smile? Because you write in that lyrics that, according to you, in your opinion, why is this song so important other than, it is something that everybody has, a person, but when do these, why is it so important for these particular person to realize when you're faking a smile?
Well, I think like it really depends on the scenario, because obviously, but for example, there's a lot of that I can relate to. For example, with my life and pretty much anyone's life, but from my perspective, it's like in a lot of work scenarios, like on tour, for example, you always have to put on a smile. You can't really be unpleased, unhappy, or whatever. You always have to put on that extra forced kind of like mood sometimes. Like, I'm not saying that it's something you would do annually or every day, because for me it's just like depends if you're like that tired and like you haven't been eating, you haven't been sleeping properly, and then all you just want to do is go to the hotel and sleep. So and then you just have to push yourself through a bunch of things, and that's like, that could be a scenario where, for example, an artist would feel kind of like that way, and sometimes just like force a little extra or fake that smile, and so I would say it's not so uncommon.
It's not so uncommon, you're right. But we have to talk about the music video. I felt like I was watching a movie. It felt like Starship Troopers meets Star Trek, a little bit of Star Wars in it, a little bit of post-apocalyptic vibe. I mean, it's beautiful, and it has such a big production. And in times like now, how did you manage to pull this music video off? And were there any challenges? Because this is a big vision, and you made you managed to realize it. Sorry.
Well, the music video part was pretty much a very long one, because of course, like, pandemic came in the way, and then it was just like a bunch of like regulations to take into thought. You need to talk more plan with the government, kind of like let them know that, hey, we're going to do this shoot, we're going to be this many people, and to make sure that everybody keeps distance, have like disinfection stations, so like have someone check temperatures on everyone now and then. So it's of course been more challenging, but we haven't been filming too much abroad. We've been mainly focusing on trying to kind of like do as much as we can in just Norway.
So most of the scenes, or all of the scenes, are actually shot in Norway?
In Fake Small, yes.
Wow. And so, because I was just going to say, you posted a few pictures of home with the mountains behind you and things like that. It made me really miss traveling, and I'm Scandinavia has always been on my bucket list. So you just made everybody travel envy.
Yeah. Oh, I would actually recommend going to Norway.
Yeah, I would go for the views. I mean, I look at I think of how beautiful it must be for you to stay quarantined with so much nature around you. How was that for you, though? Was it cleansing? But it was too long. But was it cleansing?
It's been very nice, and well, yes, it gets too long. Like it's like back in school when you get like the summer vacation, it's like heaven.
Yeah.
And but this very summer vacation just like never ended. So this goes from like 2-3 months to 8 months and continuing. So it's been in the long run. You're just waiting and waiting until like you're going back to do something. So I really missed like touring and everything because it was such a big part of my life. And then very hectic every day. Like every day you have like a schedule. From when you wake up to when you're going to bed again. Everything is pretty much on a schedule, and then you go to today where you pretty much you don't know when you're even going back.
That is so true. I mean, in the beginning it was nice, but then towards the end you go like, when can we finally go back out again? Completely understand. So Alan, what is next for you in the horizon? Can we expect a second album sometime soon?
Well, very likely, but other than that, we have many songs that are up and coming, some remixes, and a lot of exciting projects, I would say.
Ooh. More movies to shoot?
Yes, of course. For each and every song, we will have a movie.
Well, the question for me is, why did you feel like your songs should be turned into a movie? Because even from your previous songs like Lily and what's that song with Sabrina Carpenter, you also made videos that you made sure that has a story to tell. Why do you feel like it's so important to create this beautiful visual on top of already a really nice song?
Well, that's kind of like what I've always been doing lately, ever since Faded. Is to kind of have that storyline, and so every music video that I release are somehow connected to the previous one and the ones before that. So it's really cool to kind of like create in a way mini series that you can watch. So when you're watching the music videos, it's kind of like watching a TV show. But it's like there's no one talking, you're only listening to a song, but you're watching what's going on, and then like the story just evolves throughout that. So that's mainly been the goal and the focus for each and every music video, and continuing today.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, I think I might want to watch all of your music videos just like in coherence from your very first one to Fake a Smile, just because I'm curious if I can find those Easter eggs, because I feel like these days music videos have become less relevant than they used to be, and you doing that, I think, makes people want more. So really cool. Congratulations on that. Last but not least, do you have, a word for your Indonesian fans before we wrap up?
Well, to all my Indonesian fans and walkers, I would like to say thank you so much for all the continuous love and support you've been showing throughout the years, and thank you so much for always being there. And also playing my music throughout the pandemic and showing support like always. I'm really looking forward to be back in Indonesia. I really miss you guys, and hope you're all well and safe. So make sure to take care of yourself and your closest ones, and I can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you.